Good evening. This is Fortitude through Stoicism, and this for me is day 42. My math is right. It is February 11th, and I was just actually taking a moment here before I turned on the camera because this one takes me down a path. And Ryan Holiday calls this one Hero or Nero, and if you recall, Nero was one of those emperors who went crazy. So here's the quote from Seneca. Our soul is sometimes a king and sometimes a tyrant. A king, by attending to what is honorable, protects the good health of the body in its care, and gives it no base or sordid command. But an uncontrolled, desire-fueled, overindulged soul is turned from king into the most feared and detested thing of all, a tyrant. The very thing that changed my life, honestly, when I really look back, when I truly look back, and I learned the difference between what leadership was and what management was, truthfully. I read the book 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. And at that point, I was already in the Army. I had already been in the Marines, and I realized, little bit of a difference, right? There's a little bit of a difference in how the leadership structure is. One is very top-down authoritarian, do as I say, not as I do. And one is very solve the problem at the lowest level, right? Build leaders from the lowest level. And so between the two, I got to experience when you give a man power, what it does to him. And just the other day I was reading a quote. To test a man's character, give him power. To test a woman's character, give her freedom. Well, I'm not going to comment on that, but when you give a man a little bit of power and you see how he acts, that tells me everything that I need to know, right? It is the man who puts his head down and does the work. It is the man who leads by example. It is the man who's attending the honorable thing. Leadership is a responsibility. It's a burden. When everything goes right, the team did it. When everything goes wrong, it's because you got the team there. It's your responsibility. And that's what you see in men today. They want the spotlight when the team wins, right? And they're really quick to point the blame when the team loses. Show me the man who takes the responsibility of leadership, the burden of leadership, and does the honorable thing, even when no one's looking. That's truly honor. It's integrity, doing the right thing, regardless of who's looking, or if no one's looking, or if everyone's looking. How do we get to this point? How do we get to the point where you know that when you have some power and that you're unleashed onto the world, what you are going to do with it? Well, it's very simple. Look at your life now. Money, it doesn't change you. It exemplifies who you are. If you are frugal now and you have a savings plan, you will be frugal and you'll have a savings plan and you will invest wisely and you will handle that money, that wealth. If you live paycheck to paycheck now and you're debt ridden, if you get a lump sum of money, you will burn through that because you don't have the discipline. You don't do the honorable thing. You overindulge. You're fucking weak. And now I know as a Stoic, I should have pity. But as a man, especially when we're talking about a king or a tyrant, we hold ourselves to a higher level. And that's what I'm calling on all men to do. Hold yourself to a higher level. Take stock in yourself. Take a good look in the mirror. Ask your honest friends. Seriously. You all have that one friend, I'll be honest with you, no matter what. If you don't, get on the phone with me, I will. Take some stock. Find the blind spots, you know, in your character, and then attack that shit with ferocity. And we're running long on time, so I'm just going to tell you this one little personal experience that hit me today. And I'm going to butcher the name, but you know, the quote I was talking about, because I talk about the mindset garden all the time, and the quote by Miyamoto Musashi, it is better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war. And when you have done the work like I have, and you have built an amazing garden, and you have that hoe in hand, and you are tending to that garden, don't forget to pull that sword when someone is coming to assault that garden. You are still the warrior, and it is your responsibility to defend the beauty that you have built. Because when you have created a mindset that is beautiful and that is self-sufficient and does not need external satisfaction, you have everything that you will ever need in life. And when someone kind of tries to take that with you or shift that, you do what you need to do. Defend your garden. Guys, Super Bowl Sunday. Enjoy it. And remember, whatever happens, it's fate.